Welcome to, and thank you for sharing in a very special moment in Packer history. Today, we honor Brett Favre. Ron Wolf put it best when he said, every time he came out of the tunnel, he tilted the field in our favor. Please welcome David Baker, President of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, who will present the Hall of Fame Ring of Excellence to Brett Favre. Mr. Baker.
The mission of the Pro Football Hall of Fame is to honor the great heroes of the game, to preserve its history, promote its values, and celebrate excellence everywhere. Today, we're honored to celebrate the excellence of Brett Favre, one of the greatest players in the history of the Green Bay Packers. Every Hall of Famer is given three icons: a bronze bust that'll last for 40,000 years in Canton, Ohio, a gold jacket that only a Hall of Famer wears, and a Hall of Fame Ring of Excellence presented in his stadium in front of his fans, designed by Kay Jewelers. It's a great testimony that this great team, this great stadium, this great league, and this great game that we all love is built on the shoulders of men like this. On behalf of the Pro Football Hall of Fame and my chairman, Randy Hunt, and Brett, your 302 other members of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, it is our honor to present to you this Hall of Fame Ring of Excellence as one of the greatest players of all time.
Our ceremony continues with Packers President and CEO, Mark Murphy.
Thank you, Larry. Brett, welcome back to Green Bay. It is great to have you here at Lambeau Field. On behalf of the Packer organization, all of our fans and shareholders, thank you for all you've done for the Packers over your long career. And congratulations on your induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame this summer. The Packers are now second in the NFL behind the Chicago Bears in the number of inductees. But we're gaining on them. I'd like to direct your attention now to the southeast corner of the stadium. Please join me as I count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brett, your name will be forever up there right next to your teammate, Reggie White. Brett, you want to say a few words?
It's like deja vu all over again. It was not long ago when it seemed like I was here talking to you. And it never gets old, like it never got old to run out of the tunnel there and when we came out of the tunnel in my first 10 years. I cannot thank each and every one of you enough. It's the greatest place in the world to play and witness sports, and I'm truly honored. And as always, I'm truly honored to not only be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, but to go in as a Green Bay Packer. So I say thank you.
Consecutive sellout crowd at Lambeau Field for one of their all-time heroes, Brett Favre. Came here in a trade from Atlanta in 1992. Said hello to the youngster Dak Prescott. Of course, both Southerners.
Good to be back.
Brett, we thought retirement would be quiet for you. This is the fourth time, I think, a little more than a year you've been on. What do you think of that?
I mean, it's been really awesome. I mean, it sure beats the alternative. No one caring, no one honoring you, no one. But you know, you don't want to overdo it. And I say that sort of jokingly. It's always great to come back here. It really is. I mean, what a wonderful place. And to be honored, whether it be Green Bay Packer Hall of Fame, National Football League Hall of Fame, the ring is incredible. So, I mean, life is good. I can't complain. And I meant what I said out there, that, and as I said it last year, what a wonderful place to play or witness a game. And if you haven't done it, you have to at least once. And to play and to be in the Packer Hall of Fame and to have had the career that I've had, I didn't need any awards or Hall of Fame. That was in itself good enough.
What does it mean to you to look up there and see your name next to Reggie, as close as he was to you?
You know, for actually more than 16 years, because I came back here as an opponent. I found myself looking up at those names and just really being in awe of the venue itself. And never did that get old to me. And never once did I think about what it would be like for my name to be up there. And I don't mean that with any disrespect. And I've said this so many times, I never looked at myself then or now as an equal to Bart Starr or one of my idols, Roger Staubach, for example. And so when I look up and see Don Hudson and Ray Nitschke and Fuzzy Thurston and Willie Wood and Willie Davis, I mean, you know, I place myself at a lower level than those guys. I have a tremendous amount of respect for them and for what they've done for us along the way. But it's not, I saw it unveiled. I read my name, made perfect sense, but it doesn't register yet, and that may take some time. Much like the Hall of Fame itself, I know it's real, but it doesn't seem real.
When do you think it will, Brett?
I don't know. You know, and I talked about this at the Hall of Fame about it was a similar feeling to the Super Bowl, and after the Super Bowl was over in New Orleans, I was sort of numb, and I thought I was supposed to feel different. I didn't know what to feel, and but as I look back many years down the road, I think I appreciate it much more, even though I was very appreciative and I knew how hard it was to get there. But until you're there presently in that moment, you really don't know. And for me, I think just coming back in the summer for the induction here in Green Bay was a short time in some respects, but not so short in others. I look forward to that day when it would happen, but there was a much more sense of how special this place was then. And I didn't think when I left here that I could feel any more passionate about how this place was. So I feel like 5 years from now, and you know, who knows the exact time, but I think with all of us, as you look back at your high school days or your college days, you look at them more fondly with, you kind of take for granted, I think, sometimes when you're in the moment. And I don't think I've done that, but I do believe as time goes by, I'll certainly appreciate it a lot more.
We're sitting next to Jerry Kramer up in the alumni box. He's one of the next we hope goes in. Like
Sure.
Favre is another. I mean, who else are you really pulling for next?
Well, I'd like to get him in first. You know, and I mentioned that to him up there, that still trying to do whatever I can to help him out. And I really liked his comment. He said, you know, life's been too good for me to worry about will I or won't I. Would the honor, and it kind of goes back to what you and I were talking about, would it be a bigger or greater honor for him at this point in his life? I think so, but I think he's at peace with where he is and how he played and what type of legacy he's left behind, as he should be. And spending time with Kevin Green this past summer, I had a tremendous amount of respect for him prior to that, but even after, it was just sky high. Because much like Jerry Kramer, his body of work spoke for itself, but I think he really wanted to get in, but you know, the way he played defined him more so than the honor itself. And I think we all know Jerry and of course pull for him. It would be a tremendous honor for him, I know, but he's in a good place, which is good to see and good to hear.
We've gotten to see a fair amount now in the last 18 months or whatever. What do you think will happen next? Now that your name's up there twice and you're in the hall, both halls, how much will we see you going forward? How much do you want to come back?
I don't know. You know, it's been well documented what I have been doing, and we're, you know, following our daughter around, and we were in a tournament yesterday and Friday in New Orleans. And in fact, I'm sitting there, and Cooper Manning comes walking up. He's got two daughters playing in the tournament, and he's like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, "What the hell are you doing here?" Yeah, we're just being dads, you know, and really, life is good, you know. I think more than anything, I dread when that day's over, where you know, your children move on, and you know, then you kind of, what do you fall back on? Right now, she's a senior in high school, and she decided to go to Southern Miss to play volleyball. So we're extremely thankful that she's got the opportunity to play, first of all, to continue on, but that it's close to home. How much we will come up remains to be seen. But you know, we obviously all know the ice has been broken, and we're well past that phase. I don't want to wear out my welcome, but I do want to be welcomed, you know, as I have been here the last 2 years. It's been an awesome experience.
Is it a different feeling coming back after Canton this summer, coming back in that jacket this time?
You know, jacket ain't my cup of tea, really. It may surprise you guys. And a kind of off yellow. Not that I'm good at picking the right color anyway, but we were joking about before I went out for halftime that how much, people are asking how much did I wear it, and I said I wear it all. I go to all the volleyball games wearing it, which is totally false because my daughter would kill me. But you know, it's really cool. You know, I know I'm with this exclusive club, and there really is two clubs: the Green Bay Packer Hall of Fame and the NFL Hall of Fame. Green Bay Hall of Fame is not too far below the NFL. I mean, there's, you know, all those names in the National Football League Hall of Fame. There's a fair amount of them that came through here, and yeah, we are catching the Bears. I mean, just tremendous tradition and history here, and I knew that from the day I set foot in Wisconsin, even though I had no clue where Wisconsin was. But you know, I'm honored to be a part of this organization, and to come back was, I don't know if it felt much different. I think there was a little more sense of pride.
Grow up watching Roger Staubach. The day you come back to have your name on the Ring of Honor.
Play in Dallas.
It's the Cowboys, and there's a kid from Mississippi wearing 4. You see the irony in that throughout your whole life, those weird little twists and turns that happens like that.
Yeah, you know, I don't know about, you know, it's so much different today. The game's so much different. It was actually the first time I ever met Dak. I have to admit, Dallas or not Dallas, or whatever, I think we all can agree the kid's playing outstanding. And I told him that. So I'm extremely impressed. There's still a half to play, but I thought coming in that it would be too big for him for this game. Playing at home's a little different. And I give him a tremendous amount of credit. But up to this point here, and you know, I don't know what's happened thus far in the second half, but the kid's playing incredible. You know, I think everyone is surprised or shocked. But he'll never beat my guy Roger Staubach. You know, I think one of the biggest thrills for me is Roger Staubach sending me a message and saying that he couldn't make the Hall of Fame, but he was really honored that I looked up to him for so many years, and I'm like, this is Roger Staubach sending me a message. Are you kidding me? So that has never lost its appeal to me, and never will, which is pretty cool.
Brent, what do you think about how Aaron's playing?
You know, without watching the film, I mean, it seemed like you had, you know, decent time, but rushing 3, you should have that. From what again, I'm just a fan. I'll take Aaron Rodgers any day. And that hasn't changed. I said that before. I say it again. When he's sort of off, I guess from the expert standpoint, it's still better than mine. You know, his lulls are, I think they're pretty doggone good. You know, and I don't see any reason why that will change. So I look at it from if I were starting a team, who would I take? I'd take Aaron Rodgers.